Hi, this is Marina from Darkstar Astrology, bringing you the October full moon on October the 24th, and it falls at 1 degree of Taurus, Decan 1. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea here. Finally got the new camera again, and I hope you like the new setup as well. So, this full moon, what is it about? It's on fixed star Merak, which is in the constellation of Andromeda. And during this full moon, because it's a Taurus one as well, we find that any family commitments will keep us on the straight and narrow. And having the responsibility of dependence does ensure that we keep on ploughing ahead and thereby avoid tempting but useless distractions. This will keep the full moon abundance flowing rather than stagnating. Otherwise, we're tempted into immediate sensual pleasures rather than investing in the future. This is a great time to look into real estate because the Taurus full moon brings luck with family prosperity as well. Storing money as bricks and mortar also means there is less temptation to spend it on frivolous activities as well. So generally, caring for children will have a stabilizing effect at this time. The moon is actually exalted in Taurus, which does sound good and mostly does promise material abundance. But the only problem can be if things come too easily and we can be prone to complacency. In that case, the devil makes work for idle hands, and the indulgent and decadent tendencies could start to kick in. So, as you can see, this full moon is a whacking great T-square as well. We'll talk about that later. But first, we'll look at the fixed star Merak, which is found in the girdle of Andromeda. It's an extremely fortunate star, portending renown and good luck in matrimony. Andromeda had to pay for her mother Cassiopeia's boastful tongue by being chained to a rock as punishment, as a sacrifice. This was to appease Neptune's offence at Cassiopeia's claim that her daughter was more beautiful than any of Neptune's sea nymphs. It all ends well, though, as Andromeda is rescued by the brave Perseus, whom she marries. This is probably why there is fortune found in this star, due to Andromeda's lucky escape and the fact that she bags a courageous alpha male husband. So Robson, the fixed star astrologer Robson, echoes the myth by saying Merak gives personal beauty, a brilliant mind, a love of home, great devotion, beneficence, forgiveness, love, overcoming by kindness, renown and good fortune in marriage. The Ebertons, who are another set of astrologers, they emphasize a creative side, saying that Merak endows many interests, a tendency to inspiration and mediumship, artistic creations, altruism, cheerfulness, happiness and love of company as well. So these people have a stimulating effect on others. They make friends easily and are helped in life by others as well. So this is a helpful full moon for us, I think. So Merak with the moon in particular, though, has a little bit of difficulty because this one has trouble with opposite sex owing to indiscretions, bad for domestic affairs, but honour through martial matters. So, you know, there's a sort of mixed feeling with Merak with the moon itself. But generally the moon in Taurus is exalted. So I just think this is a nice moon, really, even though there's a T-square, but we'll talk about that later. So in my research, though, I did find some indications of this moon Merak sexual indiscretions. Now, these people did have moon in, or do have moon in Taurus Decan 1. Now, Hugh Grant, now I don't know if anyone remembers that far back, but he was caught having oral sex with a prostitute, Divine Brown, in a public place. Lovely. Annie Sprinkle made a career out of sexual indiscretions. Prince Charles, who has this as well, was ridiculed over Tampon Gate with Camilla. Now, I don't know if anyone in the States remembers this or knows about it, but I won't go into it. You can Google it. It's far too disgusting for this highbrow astrology here. We don't want to talk about that. And also, Monica Lewinsky has this. So, yeah, again, need I say more? Built up Andromeda's chastity girdle, I say. Now, the tarot card associated with this full moon is the Five of Pentacles. It's not one of the nicest pentacles, as you can see. Karmically, this card means that you may have had many lives addressing poverty and possibly greed. Now, the Five of Pentacles can be an indication that deep spiritual change is needed, and an understanding that money is not everything, and most certainly not a guarantee of happiness. Instead of being physically hungry, the hunger may be more on a emotional or spiritual level, however, and you need to evaluate your life to see where the true feeling of deprivation is coming from. You may need to look around you, and certainly further than that of your front door, to understand what true poverty means. Now, this full moon triggers the big aspect pattern of the month, which is the moon's nodes making a T-square with Uranus. Now, during October, Mercury and Venus trigger the T-square as they hit the same position as this full moon will be, at 1 degree Scorpio respectively. The closest aspect to the full moon is the conjunction to Uranus. So this will bring out the crazy lunatics, unconventional rebels, and quiet outsiders as well. So this time there is a pathological need to shock and outrage. At this full moon, we could be branded an attention seeker when all we're really doing is just being ourselves. This full moon is exciting, electric, and quite chaotic as well. So both the moon and Uranus are fluctuating and changeable, so emotions can change in a flash. Uranus stands for the truth and revelation. So those touched by this full moon could risk exile by speaking the truth that many find hard to accept. We might find it hard to feel at home in the present moment, as there's a great focus on future plans as well. So this does draw to mind that I know one of the YouTubers I follow, Millennial Woes, has been banned from Twitter because he actually just posted a tweet that was truth. It wasn't uncomfortable truth, but it was a truth nevertheless. Again, I'm not going to say exactly what that was. He's still on YouTube, so obviously YouTube is okay with it. But Twitter's just so random. Again, I just think Twitter's just making examples of people just to keep everyone on their toes. And also, when you don't know what the rules are, it puts you in this kind of adrenalized fear as well. So, you know, Moon conjunct Uranus is quite wired too. So it's a funny one because this is a Taurus full moon, and a Taurus full moon is always very well. It's a good one. It's exalted and it's a grounded one. But then it's conjunct Uranus, so I think we'll find out what Uranus in Taurus is going to mean. I mean, Uranus is also to do with the internet too. And Taurus, what is that? Is that restrictions on the internet? Is it traditionalism is banned? Is considered a rebellious act now? Because Taurus is a pretty traditional sign. So yes, I mean, this is the thing as well. It occurred to me when I was at a party this last weekend with a lot of champagne socialists, because they're all opera singers. But I was surprised how lefty they were, really. Anyway, the point is, I just thought to myself, again, you know, my views, I don't want to be the fact, because they're not left, I am forced to say that they're right, but they're not right. They're just not left. So that's what I'm going to say from now on, because the right has become such. I mean, if you say that you're right wing, and when I actually said that I voted to leave as well, I was talking to this guy who was a journalist for the Sunday Times, which is supposed to be quite a right. Well, was in the olden days supposed to be right wing, but everyone who's a journalist seems to be, the Overton window's gone to the left, hasn't it? So he was a Remainer, and now it's 2 years on. I can't believe it's 2 years on. He was saying, "Oh yeah, but you regret it now, don't you?" And I went, "No," because everyone's saying, all the people who the Remainers are convinced that everyone's regretting voting Brexit, voting to leave, and that we need another referendum. And now there's some kind of big protest on, I think it's going to be in the next couple of weeks anyway. And he, I wonder who the hell organised that. So anyway, so that's, I think with a full moon conjunct Uranus, which is a kind of revolutionary spirit, but it's funny because it's like they want to remain, which is a kind of Taurus thing. It's a fixed sign. It's wanting to remain. If we don't want the change, but the thing is, the change was brought onto us in the beginning, So it's funny. It's a funny one. The revolutionaries are the people that want to or they think they're revolutionaries, are the ones that actually want to stay, and they're scared of the change of growing up and being independent, which is kind of what Uranus is about as well. So anyway, the crystal that I picked for this full moon is the lepidolite. This is one of the best mood stabilizers in the world of gemstones. The crystal contains a high amount of lithium, which is also used in anti-anxiety medication. That's interesting. It doesn't require a prescription, and the side effects include a sense of calm and tranquility during times of stress and chaos. So I think this would be a really good crystal to have around this kind of wired Uranus energy, and a very settling and serene vibration. And it's also a spiritual stone to balance out any material, greedy cravings that come with the negative manifestations of Taurus Decan 1. So that brings me to the end. Thanks for watching. Do come to darkstar for your monthly horoscopes and all that jazz. And see you at the next moon. Bye-bye.